Straight ahead on 12 News, a simmering debate over the state's minimum wage from the capital to local coffee shops. Then, the aftermath of a large explosion inside a Brooklyn Center daycare facility.
Kids could have been killed, because they use that whole area.
But first, a race against time to find a missing Robbinsdale man. 12 News starts right now. A Robbinsdale father of 3 has gone missing while on vacation in Mexico.
The Mexican government called off the search this morning, but just hours ago, rescuers started to search again. Reporter Shannon Slatton just returned from speaking with the family in Robbinsdale. Shannon?
Family members got a call last night saying something went very wrong on a family vacation. Mark and Nancy Stoneberg of Robbinsdale went on vacation with friends in a small city near Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Their family says Tuesday night around 5 o'clock, Mark went body surfing with a friend and a riptide carried him out to sea. The Mexican government started searching, but by 9 this morning, authorities presumed him drowned and lost at sea. Family members protested calling off the search early, saying Mark is in exceptional shape and he could have easily survived a riptide. They are concerned he may have been washed down the beach and is somewhere injured.
He is one of the strongest, most healthy, most well-rounded man that you could probably ever meet. So if anyone can live in the water and float in the water, it'd be him, and we need him to come back.
Just before we left today, the family got a text from their mom saying the search had resumed and the Mexican Navy and divers were looking for Mark, saying they would not stop until he was found. And Mark and Nancy Stoneberg are longtime residents of Robbinsdale. She's on the Planning Commission. She used to own a gym there, and Mark works for Excel Energy, so they are very tapped into the community. Everybody's waiting.
No word, though, on why they called off the search so early and then restarted it.
No, and they're just kind of waiting by the phone and listening.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Shannon. Fire officials have traced an explosion at a Brooklyn Center church daycare now to a boiler.
That explosion Tuesday afternoon caused hundreds of thousands of dollars in damage in the daycare at Brookdale Christian Church. And Delane Cleveland is there now with more. Delane?
Yeah, Mike and Alex, the incident happened about 4:15 yesterday afternoon in the boiler room. In fact, the blast was so powerful that if you take a look at the wall behind me here, it buckled because of that explosion. Now, had the incident occurred about 15 minutes earlier, church officials tell me that there are children here that quite possibly could have been killed.
God was good. God was good.
Take a quick glance at the front of Brookdale Christian Center and everything appears to be normal. That is until you notice the boarded windows, broken glass, and remnants of caution tape.
The boiler in the middle apparently just exploded. It blew out the walls between the two buildings. That other end just looks like a pile of rubbish.
Carl St. John is a longtime church board member. He says that 6 preschoolers and several adults were inside the building at the time of the explosion.
The teacher had just moved the kids from a class close to the boiler room upstairs and the other far end.
Because they were at the other end of the building when the explosion occurred, everyone escaped unharmed.
Kids could have been killed, because they use that whole area. They could have been walking by that room.
Good news in an otherwise devastating situation for church employees.
There's significant damage in there. Walls are blown out, windows are blown out, doors.
Brooklyn Center officials condemned the building due to the structural damage and wouldn't let our camera inside. Meantime, as building inspectors assessed the damage, many were left wondering how a boiler could explode.
Why? It's unknown at this time. That cause is still under investigation, and we're looking into that right now.
God will help us, but just keep us in your prayers.
Well, despite the explosion, the church portion of the building, according to the fire chief, can still be used. So they can still have church services in that portion of the building. The rest of the building, however, is off limits. So church officials are trying to find another church where they can relocate the daycare. Reporting live in Brooklyn Center, Delane Cleveland, 12 News.
All right, Delane, thank you. Well, some say it will boost the economy. Others predict it will lead to layoffs and store closings.
On Thursday, a House committee will vote on a bill to raise the state's minimum wage for large employers from its current rate of $6.15 an hour to $10.55 an hour by 2015. Small employers would see a jump from $5.25 an hour to $9 an hour in 2015. Here's Renee Bonnell with more.
For Bill Krause, running a coffee shop is no small beans.
I'll roast, or I'll do a million other things that I have to do, running errands, you name it.
And he can't do it alone. He has 12 part-time and 1 full-time employee on his payroll at Dunn Brothers Coffee in Plymouth. The shop's open nearly 16 hours a day, making labor Krause's second highest expense behind the cost of goods.
I have all sorts of costs, and my goal is to try to minimize those and be as efficient as I can be.
It's going to be $3.96.
He says that'll be harder to do if legislation that proposes raising the state's minimum wage passes.
I'll have less hours for my employees. I'll have to cut store hours. I'll have to work myself more.
An increase of this magnitude is unprecedented and unwarranted.
Wednesday, business owners shared similar concerns at a House committee hearing, while workers in favor of raising the minimum wage spoke of their struggle to pay bills and feed their families.
Someone needs to do the math. Not the math of making more profits, not the math for the shareholders, but the math of real families and the real cost of living.
The bill's authors say raising the minimum wage would help the state's struggling economy.
Businesses might be concerned about some rising costs for some of their workers, but what happens is they get a lot more customers coming through their doors who are spending money. So it's a boost for the economy, and it helps a lot of people who are struggling to get by.
And that's just backwards.
Krause doesn't buy it, predicting the results will be painful for both him and his workers.
People are going to stop buying the $5 latte and, make it at home.
The House committee will hear more testimony this evening at 6. Tomorrow, the bill's chief author, Ryan Winkler, will testify before the committee votes. Mike?
Right, thank you. Parents from local school districts were among those lobbying state lawmakers today.
I know everybody continues to ask for more money, but that's that's what I'm asking for as well.
Parents and their children lined up to talk to lawmakers about securing more money to ensure gifted and talented programs survive and that mandated programs like special education are paid for. The parent lobby group says they're looking for new money, not just a return of $1 billion that was borrowed from education in years past. A lot will depend on the new budget forecast, which comes out on Thursday.
The lobbying also continues at the Capitol for a third lane of Interstate 494 through Plymouth. Mayor Kelly Slavic and council members Judy Johnson and Jeff Washy were among those scheduled to testify Wednesday before the House Transportation Finance Committee. They are in support of a bonding bill that would provide $50 million to build that third lane from Highway 55 to the Fish Lake interchange. The lobbying will continue in 2 weeks when Mayor Slavic will meet with the commissioner of MnDOT. Still ahead, spring decorating tips that won't break the bank.
Then later in sports, we dive into the pool to preview Osseo's chances at the state boys swim meet.
But first, it's a look at your AccuWeather forecast.
Well, this next segment is sure to get you thinking spring.
March is only a few days away, and we've got some tips for your spring decor that won't break the bank. Here's reporter Shannon Slatton in today's Money Savers.
Today we are talking dollar store decorating with Sunday Berquist of a Sunday afternoon. This segment was so popular last fall, we're back again this spring. Hi Sunday, thanks for being here.
Thanks for asking me.
You've pulled several ideas from a Pottery Barn catalog.
Yes, and you know what? I love Pottery Barn, but I don't so much love the prices. So I just try and figure out how to do the same things on a budget. I started this time with mercury glass. It's huge this year, but it's not cheap. But you can make it yourself. I bought looking glass spray paint at Michael's, and I bought dollar store glass vases, filled them with dollar store cherry blossoms, and it's cute.
Definitely good centerpiece there.
Yes, yep.
You also work candles in as well.
Yes, the other thing is I like to glue pieces together from the dollar store. So these are candlesticks, and I glue jars on top. I bought the candles at the dollar store, painted them, and rolled them in Epsom salt because it kind of gives it a glittery look.
Sure.
Any color you want to match your table, fireplace, this is a great way to go.
Probably less than $10 there for a centerpiece.
Yes.
Probably
about $3.
All right, what do we have here?
Okay, so here I just make use of the fake flowers and the moss that they have at the dollar store. With the flowers, what I do is I create what I call a flower ball.
Sure.
These are popular for decorating, for spring weddings, baby showers. And what I do is I buy a wiffle ball. They come 4 in a pack for $1. Pull the flowers off and simply hot glue it on. Same concept with the moss. You know, if you look at these moss balls in the Pottery Barn catalog, they're about $36. I just took a dollar store ball and glued the moss right on there. Makes a great decorating piece for spring.
And here you have it on fishing line, so it's very lightweight too. You
Oh,
can hang this from a chandelier.
Yep, yep, very cute.
Very nice. Easter eggs in the decor?
Yes, Easter eggs you have to have at springtime, and those come like 20 in a pack for $1. And what I did is I just painted them and then rolled them again in glitter and Epsom salt. They look a little nicer than just plastic eggs, and in the Pottery Barn catalog, they're running about $16 for 3 of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big
So
difference.
this is a huge difference. And, you know, again, I love decorating with Apple-Garthy jars.
Yes.
Fill them with cute things. I filled them with my glitter eggs, filled them with moss balls, or even candy if you've got kids in the house. There's a candle in the middle. It's cute.
All right, very easy to change out by seasons.
Oh, I do all the time. Yeah.
All right, well, thank you very much, Sunday, for being here and sharing this information with us. Sunday Berquist, and she has much more than this, how to do these items, as well as much more on her website, asundayafternoon.com. Link to that one through our website, 12.tv.
All right, thanks a lot, Shannon. Coming up, taking Facebook and Twitter and turning it into a college lesson.
First in sports, Cooper shoots for a conference championship in boys basketball. John Jacobson with the highlights when we come back.
Every year since 2005, either Cooper or Benilde-St. Margaret's has won the North Suburban Conference title in boys basketball. The Hawks hope to keep that string going Tuesday night as they held a one-game lead in the standings over St. Louis Park. The Orioles in black. DJ Pollard is a good one. The senior hits the 18-footer for his first points of the night. Billy Kellogg has a big night for the Hawks. He distributes here to LeVar McCullough, who knocks down 3 of his 12 points. Rashad Vaughn not afraid to shoot the 3 ball himself. A long one there for the All-State junior. Puts Cooper up by 6. Later in the first half, Kellogg hits a 3 of his own, and Cooper's lead grows to 13 points. But Cooper coach Steve Burton sees Park close the gap by halftime. Pollard lays in 2 of his 27 points just before the half, 41-35 Cooper. Second half, Kellogg is dialed in. He hits another 3. He scores 23 on the night, and Cooper's lead is again 13 points. But Kashif Hayes helps the Orioles go on a 10-2 run. His 3 cuts the Hawks' lead to 5. But Cooper never gives up the lead. Kellogg with the assist to a wide-open Darius Denson. Cooper wins 77-71. They are conference champions for the first time since 2010.
Yeah, we expect a close game. We expect a hard-fought game. The atmosphere is always crazy here. We just want to come out with a victory.
The Totino-Grace boys hockey team has spent the season ranked in the top 10 in Class A. Tuesday night, they were skating for a spot on the Section 4A final and a shot at number 1, St. Thomas Academy. The Eagles facing Mahtomedi in the semifinals. First period, Totino-Grace down a goal. They put pressure on, and TJ Rue pops in the rebound, and we're tied at 1. The Zephyrs take the lead back. McQuaid Blue sets up Tanner Moreau in the slot. It's 2-1 Mahtomedi after 1. But Grace has a huge second period. Carter Rue sets up Derek Lodemeyer for a power play goal. 19 seconds later, Connor Schmidt gets his own rebound and then finds Brandon Hilliard on the doorstep, and it's 3-2 Eagles. And they aren't close to done. TJ Rue, Johnny on the spot again. He buries Blake Vogley's rebound, another Grace goal. And then Rue springs Lodemeyer on a shorthanded breakaway. His second of the game makes it 5-2 Grace. Carter Rue adds 1 more in the third period. The Eagles go to the section final for a 3rd straight year with a 6-3 win.
We got off to kind of a slow start in the first period and we're down by 1. Kind of regrouped in the locker room, came out with some fire under our legs and buried, I think it was 4 out there. And I think that kind of shut them down, and that's when we pulled away there.
The Eagles face St. Thomas Academy for the Section 4A title Friday night at 7:30 at Aldrich Arena. In the Section 2A final on Thursday night in Minneapolis, Breck faces off against Delano. The Mustangs routed Providence 11-1 Tuesday, while Delano eliminated Blake. In the quarterfinals of the Section 6-3A girls basketball playoffs, Benilde-St. Margaret's hosted Holy Angels. Allie Coughlin gives the Red Knights an early lead with a 3. She leads all scorers with 19 points. Liz Nicholson gets the steal and takes it all the way to the hoop. She scores and is fouled. Coach Dan Wood's Stars team takes the lead on a 3-pointer by Evan Wise here. She scores 10 points in the game. Holy Angels up by 1. Nice transition here for Benilde as they retake the lead. Allie Coughlin bounce pass to Azaria Jackson-Sherrod for the layup. Benilde goes on to win 68-55. The Red Knights play at Chaska Saturday. It's state meet week for local boys swimmers and divers. As Jay Wilcox reports, Osseo will be well represented at state.
They're ready to close the season on a high note at the state meet. Osseo had a strong performance in the Section 5AA meet, qualifying 2 relays and 5 individual events for state, and breaking or tying a couple of section records.
It was above and beyond. We were thinking we were just going to go, get out there, swim. Thought our medley relay was going to get first, but our 4x100, we were not expecting the big time drop we had. We had about a 4-second drop.
We hadn't swam that fast all year, and then end of the season meet, that's where you got to bring it, and we did. We killed it, got a bunch of state cuts. And
now they've set some goals for the state meet.
My 500, I want to get top 8, and my 50, I want to get top 8 as well, too. So it's pretty simple goals.
My goals right now are to drop time and break a couple of school records. We're half a second away from the medley relay and a little more than that in the 400 free relay.
My goals are to see some more time drops, and I want to see those relays make finals. And we're definitely top 16 right now, but I want to see us make top 8. And it's going to take a few second drops, but it's going to happen.
These guys hope the resurgence in Osseo swimming winds up with some podium visits this weekend. Jay Wilcox, 12 Sports.
The state meet starts Thursday with the diving prelims and then wraps up Saturday night with the Class AA finals.
All right, here we go. Thanks a lot, John. We'll be right back.
Well, finally, is your business up to speed with the digital age?
North Hennepin Community College now has a new way to help you become social media savvy.
Social media is the future of marketing. It is an amazing equalizer of marketing for anyone who wants to be able to market their business.
North Hennepin has started offering a program on social media strategy. Instructors say it can be used to help with a job promotion or to help your own business grow. They say the point here is that social media isn't just for fun and frivolous, but serves a real purpose.
The course is very interactive. We go through the whole process of creating a social media strategy for a fictional company called the Big Round Tomato Company. And unfortunately, this fictional company, they're not really into the digital age yet, so they're going to be hiring the students in the class to be helping them bring their strategy into the digital age.
And the program is all filled up currently, but North Hennepin plans to offer it again. And that does it for us. Thanks so much for joining us.
We'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a good night.